Hey racers, JonRacer3 here today, back for another tournament video. I've been having a lot of motivation to crank out these tournament videos, and today I thought I had an idea that I'd like to show to you guys. So as you guys may have known in my past couple videos, I've been getting like Centenarios and like Hypersports and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be like, I tried to find like a cool way I can incorporate all of those cars into a big tournament, and this is what I have. I have 8 teams of 3 that are going to be going down the street track, and I'll determine points and stuff once I show you the teams. Now, 8 teams, I tried to group them into like reasonable groups. Some of them might not work out as well, but you know, I'll explain to my best ability. So our first team, we have the Lamborghini Centenario, Lamborghini 599, not Lamborghini, Ferrari 599 XX, and the Bugatti Veyron. These 3 cars make up the Team Italy cars, so all of the manufacturers are from Italy. Next up, we have a Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo in green, gray, and yellow. This makes up Race Team Lamborghini. So Race Team Race Lamborghini. Okay. Next up, we have pretty much the same thing, only with Ferrari. Got the Ferrari FXX in black, blue, and yellow. So that'll make up Team Race Ferrari. And those are 3 like the teams. I'm like, it doesn't make as much sense. Next up, we have one of my favorite teams, I think, the Team Holy Trinity. We got the Ferrari in silver, the Mclaren P1 in silver, if it'll stay on the turntable. There you go. And of course, the Porsche 918 in silver. Now, it was hard for me to find a like hypercar Porsche, so I couldn't really have a team Porsche. So Team Holy Trinity, why not? Next up, we got a burnt orange, the McLaren P1. We got a yellow McLaren P1, and of course the blue McLaren P1, which are gonna make up Team McLaren. Pretty simple name, I know. Next up, we have the Ferrari, so the Ferrari Ferrari. We have the Ferrari 599 XX, and then we have also, last to finish it off, we got the Ferrari FXXK in red. If you guys are picking up on the theme here, I'm trying to go with hypercar. That's why I thought the race teams were a little iffy. So I tried my best, guys. We got Team Lamborghini, because you've got to have some Team Lamborghini, but we got a Lamborghini Centenario, as you might have seen in one of my videos where I unboxed this thing. We have the Lamborghini Aventador in white. I thought that was the most signature color. You might have seen it in the Bugatti versus Lamborghini video. And then the Lamborghini Veneno, one of the most signature Lamborghini hypercars in my opinion. Now, the last team doesn't have very many things in common other than they're expensive or they blow up. So here we go, we got the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. You can't have a hypercar tournament without the Bugatti Veyron. You got a Lycan Hypersport, which is, let's be honest, one of the most expensive cars in the world. Diamond and plated pretty much everything, so that's pretty crazy. And last but not least, we have the Mazda Fugai, known for exploding and catching on fire. So there's not really like a grouping that I can put these cars into, but I thought I'd just show them off to you, and those are going to be the tournaments. Now, I will determine the matchups, and I'll explain the rules. Here are our teams. We've got the Holy Trinity going up against Lamborghini, because, you know, Lamborghini doesn't have a car in the Holy Trinity. We got both 2 race teams going up against each other. We have Team Italy going up against Team not really a name, and then we have Ferrari versus McLaren. Pretty good rivalry. Now, here's how the rules are going to be. Let's take, for example, Team McLaren will line up on here, and Ferrari will line up on this side. They'll both go down onto the street track, and then they will finish at the finish line. Now, the rule is the order that they finish and cross that finish line is the order that the cars will start on the next race. It'll be 3 races, and the team with the car that finishes first after all 3 races are done, that team will move on to the finals. I know it's kind of complicated when I say it, but trust me, when I start racing, you'll pick it up. So first off, Team McLaren versus Team Ferrari. Like I said, both cars will be launched, go down, and then the finishing order across that line will determine the starting for the next race. 3 races. At the end of the 3rd race, the team with the car that finishes first in that 3rd race will move on. Here we go. 3, 2, Looks like Ferrari's gonna take a 1-2-3 finish and McLaren's are gonna wipe out. This was the finishing order for the race. We had FXXK first, LaFerrari second, 599XX third, and then the P1s 4th, 5th, and 6th. So now this is gonna be the second race to determine who will start in the front for the last race. Here we go. Ferrari has to hold off the McLarens. 3, 2. Look at that, we got a wreck by the FXXK, but they did hold off all of the McLarens. Here we go, this is the last race. The winner of this, whatever car wins this race, their team is moved on. Here we go. In 3, 2. And it's Team Ferrari with the win. McLaren almost got it, but Ferrari moves on to the next round. Here we go. Team Ferrari will face the winner of the next tournament. We have Team Italy versus Team... Yeah, alright. We got the Monster Ferrari Lycan Hypersport and Bugatti Veyron going up against the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, the Pagani Huayra, and the Ferrari 599XX. Who's gonna take it? Here we go. 3, 2, looks like the Sesto is going to take the win. That was an extremely close call for 4th, but the Ferrari just edged out the Bugatti in that race. Alright, who's going to start first for the final race? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's the Ferrari, and I think the Sesto might have gotten out of the way and lost a couple spots, but the Ferrari is starting in first place. Now the Bugatti may be Italian, but don't make that confuse you, as we have Team Italy occupying 3 of the top 4 spots. Can the Ferrari clutch it? The team... Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And it's the Ferrari beating the Ferrari out in the drag race and moving Team Italy to the next round. On that race, the Sesto gave the Ferrari the boost, and the Team Italy finished that race 1-2. So they deserve to go on to face Team Ferrari. Next team going, we got 2 race teams. Ferrari vs Lamborghini, an ancient rivalry. Past versus future racing. Who will take it? 2 racing teams lined up. Who will go on to face the victor of Holy Trinity versus Lamborghini. Here we go. In 3, 2. Huge wreck by the FXXK. Not FXXK, FXX. We have 2 FXXs finishing the race. And the Lambos didn't even finish. Look at that. It's only the first race. I bet we still have some more crashes in store. We got Ferrari on the first row, Lamborghini on the second row, and third row we got the yellow ones. That's kind of cool. Here we go. We'll start in the front row for the next. Here we go. 3, 2. It's gonna be FXXK with the green Lamborghini. That's not FXXK, it's FXX, but the green Lamborghini got second. What a coincidence the cars happen to finish in their lineup. This is going to be a really interesting race. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's going to be Lamborghini shoving the Ferrari out of the way and moving on to the next round. Absolutely spectacular racing by Team Lamborghini. But will they go up against Team Holy Trinity or Team Lamborghini? We'll have to see. Here we go. 3, 2. What a close race. It looks like the Veneno is going to take the win for Lamborghini. Here we go. Not much has changed. Centenario and the Porsche are still staying in the back. These teams are pretty evenly matched. Who will start in the front row for the next race? 3. That was too close to call. I have to go back to replay, but our leaders wiped out. The Centenario came up so fast. The Centenario did not quite get there before the P1. And thanks to the brilliant designs of these supercar designers, since the fronts are so low to the ground, they'll just flip every car if they're standing up on top. So as you can see, they have to be a little bit raised off the ground so they can actually race. But this will be the one to determine it all. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I feel like the Centenario is not going to get off the line as fast as the P1 because it's not a Hot Wheel, but it does have two very fast Hot Wheels hypercars behind it. Let's see who takes it. That was too close to call. The Centenario held with the P1 the whole time. We'll have to go back to replay. Despite all of the odds, the Lamborghini Centenario beats out the Mclaren P1 to move Lamborghini on to the semifinals, where it's going up against its own racing team. Here we go. We're on to the semifinals. Some amazing racing just went down. Let's hope we can continue the trend with Team Ferrari versus Team Italy. According to this, we're going to have definitely a Lamborghini team in the finals, but will we have a Ferrari team in the finals? We'll have to find out. 3, 2, 1. FXX destroys the Sesto in the straightaway. Changes occurred on that last race. This race will decide who starts on the front row for the next round. Here we go. We know that FXX is fast. I'm sorry if I call it FXXK through all the video. Sorry, it's the FXX. Here we go. 3. FXX destroys again. Much has changed in the front row and the second row, but the third row, cars did change. Will that give each team a little bit of a boost? We'll go to the finals. Here we go. 3, 2. Team Ferrari gets a 1-2 sweep. We know how fast Team Ferrari is, but we also know how clutch Team Lamborghini can be. Both of them in that matter. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Look at that! Team Lamborghini race had a bad start and the Centenario takes the win. We got Team Lamborghini starting in 1, 2, and then 4. It's occupying 3 of the top 4 spots. We'll start in the front row for the final round. Here we go. 3, 2. Look at the Aventador just blow by everybody. I think Team Lamborghini is going to perform really well in this next race. Lots of these cars have to be propped up so they don't flip all the cars off of the starting line. We have Team Lamborghini starting in a 1, 2, 3 formation. If they win, it'll be Ferrari versus Lamborghini in the final. How sick is that? This decides it. Hopefully Team Lamborghini doesn't have an awful wreck. Fingers crossed. 3, 2. The Aventador destroys it for Team Lamborghini. These two teams look amazing about to race each other. We got the Ferrari hypercars, we got the 599XX, Ferrari LaFerrari, and the FXXK versus the 3 Lamborghini hypercars, excluding the Sesto Elemento, the Lamborghini Aventador, Lamborghini Veneno, and Lamborghini Centenario. This is a battle for the century. Here's your lineup of cars, Ferrari versus Lamborghini. This one will decide it all. Here we go, first race. This is just to mix them up. Let's see who can maintain their first positions. 3, 2. Lamborghini's gonna take it. This one's gonna decide who will be in the front row for the last race to determine it all. Now we do know that might not come into effect sometimes, but we got 3 Ferraris up front and only 1 Lambo. So yeah, here we go. 3, 2. I think, out of my corner of my eye, I think that was the FXX beating out the Lamborghini. This is the final race, and it's anyone's game because we know how fast the Aventador is in the front row with the FXX. But then we got 2 Ferraris and 2 Lambos. Can the Centenario pull something off like it did in its first round? We'll have to find out. This one will determine it all. Here we go, boys. 3, 2, 1. And it's the Ferrari FXX taking the win. Thank you guys so much for watching this tournament video. If you want to see more of these 3-car tournament team, whatever they're called, you want to see more, just comment down below, tell me what types of cars you want to see. If you want to subscribe, click right here, and if you want to see the latest video, click right there. This is JonRacer3 signing off. Peace!